It's actually quite interesting. I don't think that there's a lot of significant new concepts in business process management. I think that we're accelerating in the adoption of those concepts. So if you really look at the world today, even if you go back 10 years ago, there are very, very few organizations were doing a lot of the right things at that point in time. What we've learned is how to do it better. But I also think what we're learning is that more organizations are sort of crossing the chasm, so to speak. If you think about what happens in the marketing world, where we're beyond the early adopters, we're now getting into the phase where many organizations are trying to attempt to do this. Some are more mature than others, some are farther along than others. I think really what we're seeing though in terms of the major pushes, the major trends now is to move beyond just process improvement. Move beyond just identifying what improvements I can make in a specific process, but moving towards starting to manage those processes as assets of the organization. So making sure we have sort of the equivalent of a chart of accounts, like for example, a process architecture, which basically says, can we actually manage these things? Can we measure them? Can we have people responsible for their performance? Can we put in place a governance system which monitors the performance? Can we put into that governance system the mechanisms by which we can invest in change in the most important processes? So I think where the trend is going very clearly right now is more organizations are starting to invest in a program of management change rather than just doing individual projects for specific process improvement. So we're coming up the maturity curve, and that's starting to affect how companies manage their business more and more. And I think in the next 10 years, we'll see a lot more organizations using business processes as the foundation for planning, for managing a portfolio of business changes, for budgeting, and for monitoring and performance reporting. It'll become much more part of the management system, whereas in the past what we've done is improve operational processes. Now we're going to basically start to see ourselves improving management processes.